Hi Pisces, today we're going to look at July 10th, 2025, and that's the full moon in Capricorn. We'll look at Pisces, sun, moon, and rising with specific messages for each. We'll look at numerology and astrology and the tarot cards, and we'll end the reading with advice for your sign. And in the description box below, I have links for meditations for each of these tarot cards that I drew for you today. And if you feel seen today, subscribe and stay tuned for your next reading. Tell me what messages hit home today, and let's talk about it in the comments. And I read all the comments, and I will reply to each and every one. So let's start with numerology, and the number for today is 8, and it's all about power and progress and self-mastery. It's the number of karmic results, financial drive, and energetic authority. So for Pisces, this energy urges you to own your value, set firmer boundaries, and lead from your heart with confidence. So you may decide to finally raise your rates, say no to a one-sided friendship, or stop playing small in your business or creative life. This number reminds you that stepping into your worth doesn't require guilt. It requires clarity and courage. In astrology, the full moon shines in your 11th house of friendships, community, and future goals, bringing illumination to who you're aligning yourself with and why. It opposes the sun in the 5th house of self-expression and joy and creativity, asking, are you sacrificing your sparkle to fit in? So let's explain that. We got the sun. The sun is in Cancer, the 5th house. That's going to talk about joy and romance and self-expression. So this placement encourages you to reclaim what lights you up and prioritize pleasure and fun, even if others don't get it. Okay, you may finally sign up for that art class or go on a spontaneous date, even if your friend group rolls their eyes. You're allowed to choose you. Here's the moon. So the moon is in Capricorn, the 11th house for you, and that's community and long-term vision. So you're being called to evaluate your tribe. Are your friends supportive of your growth or keeping you stuck? So a friend group you've outgrown suddenly feels heavy. You might step back and make space for people who truly celebrate your evolution. And then we got Mercury, and Mercury is in Leo, your 6th house. That's communication at work. So you're more vocal and bold in your daily work life. Maybe a bit dramatic, but definitely clear about your value. So you speak up in a team meeting, suggest a new idea, or demand a boundary that's being crossed too many times. Here's Venus, and Venus is in Leo. That's your 6th house also. So that's going to talk about harmony in routine. So this placement brings sweetness to your habits. Yes, even laundry and emails. You're finding beauty in everyday rituals. So you finally treat yourself to a morning routine that feels luxurious. Maybe you light some candles, you do some affirmations, and go for a walk listening to music. How about Mars? Mars is in Gemini, your 4th house. That's going to talk about home and inner security. So your energy turns inward. You're cleaning out closets, you're setting boundaries with family, or you're moving furniture to shift the vibe. So you realize a cluttered home is draining you and decide to revamp your space for clarity and calm. So let's look at the cards that I pulled for you. And I got 2 that came out reversed. So let's look at that. So we got the King of Sticks, which is the King of Wands, and it's reversed. So that's going to talk about ego and control issues and insecurity in leadership. So the reverse King of Wands asks, are you trying to lead from ego or hiding from your potential because of fear? This card often reveals issues around control and confidence and overcompensating. So you might feel like others aren't recognizing your skills, so you push harder, or you withdraw altogether. Maybe you're leading a project, but doubting whether you deserve it. The energy is out of alignment. So here's your advice. Step back and ask, what does leadership feel like when it's rooted in self-worth and not ego? Let go of the need to prove and focus on presence. And next, we have the Six of Stones, which is the Six of Pentacles, and it came out reversed. So that's going to talk about imbalance and overgiving and resentment. So this card shows a power imbalance, likely in your finances or relationships. You might be giving too much and receiving too little, or avoiding help when you really need it. So you're constantly supporting a friend emotionally, but they never check in on you. Or maybe you've been underpaid and afraid to ask for more. So this card wants you to reclaim equality. Here's your advice. Honor your value. Say no to what drains you. Be open to receiving, especially when it's offered with love. Then we got the Queen of Wands, upright. So the Queen of Wands talks about magnetism and confidence in owning the spotlight. So the Queen of Wands beams with bold, radiant confidence. She's your reminder that you are magnetic when you stop dimming your light. So you wear something bold today and strangers compliment you. You speak your truth and it lands beautifully. Or you finally post that creative idea online and get amazing feedback. So here's the advice. Let yourself shine without apology. Your power is in your authenticity. So how does this day affect Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising? Well, Pisces, Sun. You're stepping into a phase of emotional maturity where your sense of identity is evolving beyond old roles. Expect epiphanies around your place in the collective and your leadership potential. So you might realize you've been letting others take credit for your ideas, and that stops today. You choose to claim your voice. Pisces, Moon. Emotionally, you're craving fairness and mutuality. You're also likely to feel more intuitive than usual and more attuned to who's draining versus who's uplifting you. So you suddenly feel exhausted after talking to a certain friend and recognize the energy imbalance. You lovingly take space. So Pisces rising. You're presenting a more empowered, grounded version of yourself. People may finally be noticing your glow, and you're noticing how you want to be treated in return. You show up more confidently in a public event or interview, and the Queen of Wands, that energy radiates through your aura. So here's a summary of what this day means to Pisces. So the full moon is a spotlight on your self-worth, your visibility, and the energy dynamics in your relationships. So the King of Wands reverse says, check your leadership style. Are you operating from fear, ego, or true power? And the Six of Pentacles reverse says, it's time to restore energetic balance, especially where you've been giving too much. And the Queen of Wands says, you are radiant, magnetic, and powerful when you show up as your full, glorious self. So here's the real life takeaway. Step into your confidence without overcompensating. Say no to one-sided relationships. Your time and energy matter. And let the world see you shine unapologetically. So here's the advice for Pisces on this day. Let go of needing permission to lead, love, or be visible. Reclaim your throne. Demand mutual energy exchanges and glow like the ethereal flame you are. Can't wait to see your comments, Pisces. Thank you for being here, and I hope to see you in another reading. Or you withdraw. She's your reminder. Pisces moon. Emotionally, you're craving fairness and mutuality, if that's a word. Emotionally, you're claiming fairness and emotionally. Okay.